2 minutes and then I can light my blunt. But I need to light my blunt. I haven't smoked yet today.
Cause we behave like animals in a cage. Mainstream media in our rage. FDA plus the USA. They cast spells on the home of the brave. Free Larry Hoover for minimum wage. And I can't vote for the games we play. And I can't vouch for a better place. At a rat race pace, ain't no time to pray. Cause the speller be spelling out the life we made. Cherish the moment of a wonderful place. Cause the bar ain't worried about mistakes today. Cutting the grass ain't keeping them snakes away. Only me and you can, we the people. Only me and you can, we the people. Only me and you can, we the people.
This is the lead Leo, ladies and gentlemen. Right?
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Like your music is very good. It was like it wasn't nothing to brush off. It was like, yeah, this motherfucker, like every track on your YouTube, I played it. If you got a view, I got a view on every one of your things because I listen to everything. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just getting it started. Hey, YouTube, the lead Leo. You know, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. I really dig your music. So I want to ask you, because I feel you're new to the Atlanta area, right? Right.
Yeah, probably just about a year now. So I don't really still know the streets. So I'll say new for sure.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I am from originally from Trotwood, Ohio, or born in Dayton, Ohio. But you know, you cross the street and it's a different city district, that type of deal. So from Trotwood, Ohio, born and raised. Been around for a little bit, you know, been in Columbus, Ohio, Montgomery, Alabama. You know, this little journey's taking me quite a few little places. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm here in the A. A good friend of mine. I'm not sure if you know who he is. You heard of Trap Bone Bandit?
Yes. I've heard of him.
Yeah, it's a good friend of mine, and he that's the dude, and he got me down here, and we've been working things out ever since, and we actually got a little EP coming out soon for y'all, so you know.
Okay.
Get some work in. Yeah.
Okay, so like what inspired you to start doing music? Because I want to take it from the beginning, because I don't know, you know.
Well, so music started for me in third grade, and
wow,
my mother, bless her heart, put me on flute, and from then I've been playing. Nobody ever tried to shame me for being on flute, but I felt way better once I figured out Andre played flute. So you know,
right.
Me and Three Stacks, you know, we got the flute gang, you know. But middle school, I ended up switching to trumpet. Played all the way through high school. Marching band director, high stepping style marching band in high school. Shout out to Jason Shelton. He's an amazing director up there. I believe he's still up there right now. Changed a lot of people's lives, a lot of children's lives. From there, he got me a scholarship opportunity to Alabama State University, where I did end up marching. And so music was I was playing trumpet, like I said, all the way from pretty much middle school to college. But the music in the aspect of like how you hear it now really didn't start till around 2016 when I moved back up to Ohio from college. I started my trumpet got stolen. Basically the last few years I was at school, my trumpet ended up getting stolen. So by the time I moved back up to Ohio, I didn't have it, and it was like I just needed to fill a little void I had. I had always been drawing. I was actually going to school for to be an artist. Well, not to be an artist, but I was in school for art. And when I figured out, by the time I graduate, my loans would be higher than what I'd actually be getting paid to pay that off.
Right.
Being an artist, yeah, weighing the options. I moved to Columbus to go try to see my cousin, who was an art professor at Ohio State. Didn't pan out, but I ended up making. That's when I ended up buying Fruity Loops. I think it was like May 2016 or something like that, and
Damn.
I ended up buying Fruity Loops, and yeah, I mean, it just took me here. I met like some of the most. I feel I met a lot of the most talented people in Columbus, and just you know, it's therapy, man. Makes me feel good.
Oh, yo, that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
Like that's a very unusual story though, man. Like, I mean, but it's shrouded in music though, in
yeah,
art, music, when it goes together, it start becoming colors and you can almost taste it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That
My
that
favorite.
indescribable thing. And I can see that in your music,
Hmm.
skip to when you did the song Accelerate, what was the motivation behind that?
Um, So Accelerate was actually, if you hear on the beginning and you see the video, it's actually got Trap Bomb Bandit in it. Um, when COVID happened,
Yeah.
uh, Accelerate. What happened with it? Oh, so This is how Accelerate really got made. When COVID happened, everybody in the world got fired, as you know. So uh, everybody had to kind of just hunker down. that same week COVID happened, my apartment in Columbus, Ohio ended up flooding. So I said, hey, it's been a while since I've been back to Trotwood or Dayton. So, I just moved back in with my brother till I figured out what I could do. My brother was like, obviously my brother, so he was just like, whatever.
Right.
He didn't want me there, but he wanted me there type deal.
Right.
Yeah. So I moved back in with him. And that's when I was making quite a few of the beats before Trap Bone Bandit helped me get the opportunity to even come down to Atlanta. But we had already been making music per the internet back and forth. So we would do tracks back and forth. So at the beginning, you hear the first sound you hear is actually Trap Bone Bandit. It's from another one of his songs. I just really just flipped the sample and let it come to me. And usually, like I said, when we get together, when I get with anybody, it's amazing music is made, and I just love a good finished product when it's two people and I love the collab. So Trap on Bandit really did that one for me.
Yo, that's sick. So do y'all, not mean to cut you off, but do y'all make, do you make your own beats or whatever like that? I mean, I know
do.
Yeah.
What? How do you mean? Like all of the songs that you see on my YouTube, they are all probably like 2 or 3 of them aren't my beats.
Yeah.
But anything like even the album I just dropped, those are all of my beats. And I've really been trying to, because paying for beats is like, it's a whole nother ball game when you're trying to pay for beats, and if it blows, and then you don't own it. And I've just always, when I started making the music, I like I said, like you said earlier, it's like just like a picture. And I just really want to, I just always try to come from a different direction. That's all. But I just get on there every night now, and it's like clockwork. So yeah, I do make most of my own beats. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it so how do you do this? Because like I said, that like with that song Accelerate, that was straight. Did you resampled the sample that was on that? Like,
yes.
Okay.
So yeah, he had Trap Bone Bandit has some tracks. I'll go to trapbonebandit.com. I'll plug that for him right there. Go to trapbonebandit.com. Sure. He has a meditation track that he also does. He plays trombone, so he has meditation tracks. That was off of one of those meditation tracks. That was off of a cut from there. So are you asking like the process of the beat?
Yes. Well, sort of. I mean, I'm listening to you. You giving me what I'm asking for.
Okay. As far as the process of the beat, I mean, for me, it's always rule of thumb. You can have great samples. Just make sure your drums aren't trash. And when I started making beats, and you go on the internet and you kind of see how to make the stuff. They said about in year 3 is when you get good at making beats, and I can definitely attest that is definitely when it happened for me. Year 3, I definitely started making a lot more mature beats and mature sounds. So once I had the sample, it was just a matter of picking good melodies and sounds to go together. Yeah. And I'll spend probably like I could spend up to 2 minutes or 40 minutes on just finding the sound or the sample or the melody. And because I don't know, like it's so I like to make it sound really, whatever melody, I'll be on that for 45 minutes trying to make it sound the sweetest I can make it sound. So when I do put the drums on, like it just, it goes crazy every time.
Your combos, your transitions, everything is just fucking sick, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Like you remind me of a guy. You remember? All right, so you know how Kanye used to sound like back in the days, right? The soulful samples, and you remember when he went ape shit and started started really digging in his bag in like probably 2015, 2016, 2017 with his latest projects. That's where
Pablo.
You remind me of that. Pablo. That's that album, Saint Pablo.
Yeah.
You remind off top. That's what when I heard your music, it didn't sound like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the creativity and the fact that I've never heard nobody like everybody sounding the same these days and shit.
Yeah.
Everybody sound the same. But I'm like, this dude is the motherfucker that don't sound the same. My daughter know this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, yo, I got to collab with it, man. Yo, this dude is hard. So, and I
appreciate it.
Yeah, I want everybody who follow me, man, like straight up to go to your pages, follow everything you do. Like, I totally support what you're doing because
thank you.
I know it ain't easy doing what you're doing, and unless it's a practice and you know it, yeah, it's easy to you.
Yeah.
But to the other people, that shit ain't easy.
Yeah. Nah, I just dropped my first album a little later last year, and that alone was something for me because obviously I have no money. Well, not obviously I have no money, but I'm trying to, you know, you try to outsource things so you don't necessarily have to, well, maybe wrong word, insource, try to do it in-house. So the whole album I had the songs, but I still had to try my best to mix top to bottom. Now I make beats. I'm a beat maker first, and then I'm a producer, and then I mix, like I'm an engineer, but like these things, you know, I'm learning these things. So it's not like we are perfect, you know, I'm definitely not perfect at these things, but like I said, like mixing is like the end where it never really ends. You always learn how to mix more, mix better. So, but this last album was definitely something that was different and challenging for me because I've always done art and done big canvases and stuff like that. But this album, putting it all together, making sure all the songs sound the same, making sure, you know, they're at the right levels, and making sure I'm okay with everything that I say, making sure, you know, any pops or clicks, and just do the one-man crew deal. I definitely had to go into a certain space to get all that done for sure. There was only 8 songs, and I wish more people knew how much effort was to actually going into dropping a mixtape or an album, because it takes some focus. It definitely takes some focus.
Man.
Yeah, so but shout out to everybody out there that's definitely still doing it, and it takes a little focus.
Yeah, it's like I say, like to the artist, I mean, it might be easy to you, but to a ton of artists out there, I can put my money on the table. You can't just wake up and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes from a place, and your lyrics are way up to par. Like that's another thing.
Hey,
you know,
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. You rap with a lot of passion.
Appreciate it.
Okay, now another track before I get into the art, because I'm so geeked about your art, man, that you're an actual artist. That's something rare these days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my grams. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna talk about? Like my grams.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me the motivation behind that one.
Like my grams. That was one of those. So any beat makers or producers that do watch your show, they will know that is one of the beats that you pull back up and you have no memory of making it at all. So and it's one of those tracks that definitely, that's what it was called in the folder. It was called Like My Gram.
Straight up.
Yeah, and I was like, what does that mean? And I said, you know what? It could actually mean anything. You know, we like, you like my grams. Like, grams of what? You know, you got grams of sugar, medical, anything. So it's just it was really just one of the beats that were in, that's what it was called. The inspiration behind it. I can't say there's an inspiration behind every beat I do, I know that for a fact that it's just a energy. So whatever energy was in the room, most of my music is like at 130, 145.
Okay.
I, I rarely go below 120. I noticed that on a lot of my music. I make a
Okay.
lot of
Okay.
up-tempo music. So that's pretty much where it was coming from. I probably had just got done working out or something. It's just I just love high energy music. So that's where like my grams came from, and it was just like of course I wrote to it. Uh, a lot of the beats they might get songs, they might not. Some beats are just beats, but the inspiration is just um I like I said, a lot of it's just high energy music, and I just kind of want people to feel I just want people to, kind of be taken out of whatever stress they're on, when they listen, and just kind of be able to enjoy themselves.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah.
So when you so okay, when you do music, how do you have time to balance doing your art at the same time, or is art like something that comes to you and you have to drop everything and go do it? Like,
Um, um yeah, that's a tricky one too. Last year, that was one of the things that I was really, really trying to figure out, because they're two different headspaces.
right,
And I've really wanted to try to. It's only been a few times where I'm able to be in the studio and try to mix the song and successfully work on a canvas at the same time. I think I've got to practice at it, but they are two different headspaces. They feel a lot the same because you're creating,
right.
but it's some days it's like I would have to plan out. Okay, I'm gonna work on these beats, and then I have to block out time and say, hey, I'm gonna go draw. Um, because at the same time they don't mess with each other, but I'm gonna end up doing one over the other. Like I'll start off, like if I try to do both, I'm gonna
Oh
just end up
man.
sitting in front of the canvas, or I'm gonna end up sitting in front of the computer. And I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, So um,
I can
there's
see that. Yeah.
it's a yeah. The balance is there, but as far as like sketches and whatnot, like the personal sketches, I feel like those are closer to the beat. And that's why you see a lot of the cover photos are sketches, because
Oh,
the canvas work that I do have done, it's still the same energy as the music I make, but a lot of the sketches are I feel like simple enough and represent closer to a lot of the beats that are made. So I just try to make sure, if I don't do them together, I try to make sure that I put them together on display when I do put them on YouTube, or I do put it on
wow.
Spotify. I try to, because it's both, and they both
Yeah.
matter, and they both they both say something. So I really want to be, the top at putting those together.
What
Full expression, full range of expression.
yeah, because that seems so. I mean, like it's both of them are like wow. So what do you like more?
Uh, God gave us music and art, so it's no picking. God gave us both, and it's
Yeah.
both are just amazing. Like the same way I get the same way I get hype listening to beats is the same way I feel when I see pictures. It's like it's butterflies every time, and I thank God for letting me be able to even appreciate those little things, because like I
Right.
said, when I see certain pictures that I really like, or a style that I really like it like gets me like, oh, I get so excited. I want to like make something that feels like the picture. I want to draw something that feels like the beat. And
Yeah. Yeah.
more often than not, um, a lot of other people's, I mean, yeah, a lot of other people's work inspires me to be like, okay, I really want to try to put them together. If you go on YouTube, there's like 100,000, the cover photos that they put on, their beats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if the cover photo really matched the beat, that beat going hard.
That
Like,
shit. What? Yes.
yeah, the cover photo, if it don't matter what it is, if it's a picture like a Pikachu, if the beat matches, it's going hard. And the colors are there. It's
Right.
like and people don't really understand as well how cover art is important. If
So
you don't know
important.
who Nirvana is, they got that baby in the water, that's it's it's important. It is I feel like cover art on your music is the last thing you can do to try to get the energy of the song across, So that's why I didn't, I always try to pick wisely on what I put up there and just try to give you the best full experience for it. So yeah,
Yeah. That
I don't know
cover.
if I answered the question at all.
Yes, you did, man. Like I'm actually
I did.
loving it, man. I'm loving
Yeah.
it because a lot of you'd be surprised at the people that do radio shows, interviews, or whatever, knowing that everybody on YouTube and other places is gonna be watching it, and they don't know how to talk. So yes, I'm happy. I like that's what you're on the fourth show for, because
Okay.
if I can't get you to talk on the shows that you're not here, so like you're here, I got you, fam.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm loving
appreciate
it.
it.
I wanted you to say everything you said because that's so important. And I'm learning too, because when I watch this show probably like 17 gazillion times, which I will.
Right. I understand. Yeah, I gotta mix it down,
Yeah.
edit it down.
Yeah. Well, but after I watch it a lot though, then that lets I feel like I'm related to you after you talk and give me, the answers, you know what I'm saying? Like, by then it's like, yeah.
No, that
So like, yeah, nobody really ever mentions the cover art, but that has something to do with every time you click on anything on the internet, that's pretty much what's gonna sell you. And if the cover and like if it's a beat and I click on the beat,
yeah.
and it matches that music, yeah, that's 100% on the head. That's
Yeah.
right. And people don't know that. That's game that you just gave, because that's marketing. That take care of a lot of your problem.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to just throw some random I mean, you can obviously, but you could be helping yourself. You can be helping yourself a whole lot more. You could be helping yourself out a whole lot more, putting some good, thoughtful cover art onto it, because it resonates. It really does. Like, I can't say they know if you didn't try to put a meaningful picture on there, but like I said, if you want to increase your chances if you're really trying to do everything you can do, make sure the cover art is good, because
that's it.
Just like somebody can pick up on authenticity, best rappers, we like them because they're authentic.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not talking about like mainstream. I'm talking about like the actual best, like Kevin Gates.
That types. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, authentic all the way, and that's why you love him for it. And if he's trying to express himself the full as much as he can, into what he's doing. So it's that stuff is important.
Yeah. What's your most who influenced you the most out of all music? Because I heard you just say Nirvana, and that's in my day, that's what we listened to, Nirvana, and
right.
yeah, like
so off top would be Kid Cudi. I was born in '93. So going to school, high school in like 2009 through 12 and stuff like that.
Mm.
So Kid Cudi helped a lot of people in my generation with it was like the Bob Marley vibe. He sings about his problems, help you get over yours. And
Right.
from Cleveland, shout out Cleveland, Ohio.
Shout out.
He's from Ohio. Yeah, he's from Ohio as well. So shout out Shad Moss too. Bow wow, shout out.
Yeah, Shad Moss, man.
But
He raised all y'all. His
right,
movies
right.
raised all y'all.
Right. Nah. You two tried to make me watch Like Mike the other day. I wouldn't know.
Hey, yo, I was same deal last night. I'm like Mike, and I started to make a post saying that I'm getting ready to watch Like Mike, y'all. No, I'm not watching it.
It's all right. I catching up. I've seen that plenty of times. But no, Kid Cudi is definitely a big inspiration. Especially when I started rapping in Columbus and actually started to get on the mic off of producing. My friends, they're rappers, so I was producing for them. When I would rap, they'd be like, "Dang, bro, you want to be Kanye so bad." But I'm like, I'm not trying to rap like Kanye or anything like that. But there was like, I did draw a lot of inspiration from Kid Cudi and Kanye because they would make a song, especially when Kid Cudi was working with Project Pat on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi had a lot of, if you don't know the album by Kid Cudi, Wizard.
Yeah, Wizard. I remember that one. That was a good album too.
Yeah. So it inspired me because it showed me I didn't have to just make trap music. Especially with the different types of drums Kid Cudi and Kanye would get together and Project Pat and the different types of drums, and I just saw the range of emotions I was able to use in music. That was my example, at least.
Right.
So where to be like, well, you can do anything, like any of the sounds are open. So I would say definitely Kid Cudi, Kanye. Like I said earlier, Kevin Gates is definitely a big one for me. Just people that big energy people,
That's wow. I can see that. I can see it.
Yeah, Sauce Walker definitely one. I don't live a life anything close to what Sauce Walker lived, but he's able to express it. He just gets that energy off. So
you said Sauce Walker, man. That's
yeah.
That threw me. That threw me, man, because I mean, he's a great the dude. Yeah, I look at people I look at the artist as a whole package, like your whole thing. And Sauce Walker is up there. He don't get no credit for how really raw and real he is.
Hey, he getting his money and he happy.
That's what it's about.
Rather be rich than famous. So it.
Right.
I'm. Hey, Sauce, look, Sauce, just keep making music the way you do, Sauce. We love you, Sauce. You feel me?
I didn't see that coming, man. I didn't see that coming, but man, hey, I totally agree. I fuck with him too, man. Like, that's just like how like you don't do the same thing he do, but that's your inspiration. That's the same thing about what Kid Cudi and Kanye. I believe you are a good music. Like if you was on good music, I would like totally understand and I would fuck with it. But you're not like the clone of them or nothing. You are you. Like no. Literally are you.
And that's one of the things that I really realized when making this music, even past making the beats. When I started making the music, I realized like, bro, I'm not gonna sound like anybody else. And if I try, it's just gonna be whack. It's gonna be fraudulent. Like, wow. I can't sound like anybody. I mean, I can try. Some people say I sound like somebody else, but it's like, it's not gonna hit if you're not yourself. And I don't know how many times I could even say that. Like, this music will not be hitting if you are not yourself. That's why people, like I said earlier, authenticity. That's why people that live that life and they actually rap about it, that's why it hits, because they actually do that stuff. And that's who they are. Yep. When, younger people coming up and they rapping and they try to find themselves, I was a clone too, because I was trying to like I said, rap about the stuff that I thought, rappers should rap about. You feel me? I got the blicky with me, then I'm rolling on the sticky, get me. Like
Yeah.
it's like, but it's like, nah, you just gotta just try to find, you really gotta develop it too, because when I started, like I said, I'm the album I released, God Killer, go get that. On Spotify right now. I gotta try to get it out everywhere though.
Say
A little
God
better at
Killer?
it, but it's called God Killer. I'll get that. I will get to that in a second, so I'll address it. But
Okay.
it's you just gotta with making beats, with drawing, with anything. People don't understand that you do have to develop as an artist. Trippy Red. Oh, another shout out to Ohio.
Shout out to Trippy Red, man.
Yeah, he said, like I said, he said they were saying his music was bad. And he said he worked on it, he practiced on it. And I can definitely see, listening to a lot of old tracks, you do develop as an artist and you develop on what you say. And you gotta just find out what means something to you and then say it on the track, and that's the best way to get your music off, because at the end of the day, the beat can be fire, but if they don't like you for you, it's not really gonna happen too well. Like that's why everybody loves Cardi B, because they love Cardi B before they love her music, know.
Yeah.
And that's just how most artists get off as far as that.
That's great that you say that. Those real good points, man, because those are things that that needs to be said, and a lot of people can't put into words. This is probably the first time I ever heard somebody articulate. I mean, like literally put that in words. That was pretty dope.
Ohio.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just Ohio schooling. Like this,
Yeah, Ohio has a lot of talent. That's what people don't understand. They have a lot of talent. It's
really
like,
do.
It's almost like it's filled with everything that's in the United States, almost like north, south, east, and west, because it's in that awkward position in the and it's almost like gumbo. It's almost like got everything that's in the United States in there. But a lot of y'all leave out of there. Y'all get up out of there. Bone went to California. Like y'all got
hey. It's cold.
Right.
It's cold. It's cold. Now, yeah.
Well, how are you enjoying Atlanta though? Like what's new that you discovered out here?
Out here, it's a lot of stuff. Atlanta is, people be like, don't move here, and I was like, man, they just saying that. Now when I be going to work every day and I get on that get off that exit, trying to get off that Peachtree exit, and I'm going 20 miles on the freeway here, I understand why they say don't move here, but this is definitely a city where if you want to make something happen, I was telling my friends, if you want to make something happen, you can make something happen here, because a lot of people here are trying to do something and they're ready to help you, because that's the culture that's been built here. Everybody's ready to collab. Everybody's ready to make something happen here, or make something happen with somebody else. And I can never really be in the city. I stay a little outside of it, right? But whenever I'm downtown, I never really just want to go hang out downtown. I want to be like, yo, I gotta be on the move, because I feel everybody else like, yo, I don't know if it's me, but I feel everybody else getting stuff done around me. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go try to find somebody, or try to find somebody to make some music with, or do something down here. So Atlanta's been a blessing, just as far as the energy and the inspiration you get from other people on their journey.
Yeah, you're right, man. Like that's what I like about Atlanta, man. Like you run into cool guys like yourself. It's very inspirational. But like I say, Ohio has like it's probably a tie between Ohio and Chicago as the most underrated cities with artists. Like if you really want a dope artist, you can go to one of them places and get one, and they definitely will sound different. They have a different sound, different ideas, all of that. So let me ask you. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
No, I was just saying, yeah, there's like I said, there's definitely a lot of talented people up there. I think it's just the culture of Ohio. I mean, like I say, whether it be the white, the black, we're kind of all exposed to like a little bit of everything. So definitely even the reactions I get will be different. They're just open-minded to a lot of different stuff. So a lot of talent up there. Yeah.
Yeah. What platform do you use the most where people can find you at?
So you can find me on YouTube now. I'm starting to build the YouTube up this year because I was trying to figure out a place for the art and the music. So YouTube looks to be the best place right now. So that's where you'll find me. Find me on YouTube at The Lead Leo. Also at on my Instagram at The Lead Leo. And as of right now, I got a song on Spotify and Apple Music. It's called God Killer. My first album I released. It's called God Killer because it's basically it's about whatever you put at the top of your day, whatever you give most time to in your day, or it has the priority of your life, that is your God.
True that.
And sometimes people prioritize the wrong things in their life. And whatever it is, whatever you feel personally, it could be, maybe you run too much in a day, God Killer is no, true story. Like sometimes, I was run before work, run after work, run sprints, I need to sit down. But no, it's about killing the things that you're making your gods that shouldn't be. Whether you believe in God or not, like I said, what you put at the forefront. Say if I wake up, get on the ground and pray to God, or do I wake up, go roll a blunt? So do I wake up and go? Yeah, do you wake up and go drink? Do you wake up and go curse somebody out? Like, what do you? So it's basically God Killer is killing off the gods that aren't helping you.
The distraction.
Yeah. So hopefully I can get some videos out to try to represent it a little better so you get the point. But I just tried my best with the album, pick the songs I had. The song Accelerate is actually on there. It's called Through the Mud. I used the beat and really just hashed it down. And just try my best on it to say what I felt was truthful. And I don't know how these people come out with songs and albums every day, every week, because I'm not at a loss for words, but definitely the way you say things on an album or on a track is it's, to me, it's important, and this album, I knew authenticity was important, so I just tried to rap about things that I felt, that I was going through, or was heartfelt, or or things I've been through. I tried to put as much as me on the track, so whoever resonates with,
Because I heard a lot of that, like that's why I say you rap with like passion and stuff, because like a lot of that is stuff that people don't even have time. Like they feel like they don't have time to even give it to their fans anymore. They just shortchange them by just putting anything out, like almost like a tight beat, but it's like a tight song. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't do that. You put it in time and effort and said things that we wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why. You different.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's you don't I don't I do have a lot of tracks that I really do just want to be like, oh, this is like this is a good song, this is a turn song, just turn it on and go, because I love those songs. You can just turn it on and go. But
Wow.
um some 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 beats, some pieces of music do deserve the time that you should put into it. Like, you can do a sketch, but when you do this portrait, it's got to be, you want it's on a bigger scale. You're gonna
Yeah.
want it to be that much more perfect. You know,
Yep.
if I'm putting out like a song a week or something, it could be a little lighter. I rap about something a little lighter and just put it out. But usually, usually when it's a bigger project, you're just gonna want to be like a little more dialed in and a little more, like I said, as transparent as possible, which I definitely try to do. So hopefully, this next album I can do it again.
Yeah. So how was Hideaway Part 4? Like what was part 1, 2, and 3 about? Like what's up with Hideaway?
The Hideaway.
Yeah.
So the Hideaway Part 4,
Yeah.
there is no Part 1 through 3.
I figured it wasn't because you're an artist, man. Like you made, and you're a Leo, man. Shout out to Leos, man.
Hey, shout out to Leo.
Leos is motherfucking dope, man.
Nah, but there is no Part 4, but I felt like the Hideaway. So as you see in the in the video, it's the studio, and I've had many studios, and the Hideaway is the studio, and
Oh,
this is
wow.
probably like the fourth one or so. So there's no other really. It's what I was feeling in the studio at the moment, and I understood, like, yo, this is that element that I'm in now. It's kind of like it's almost like the chase. It's not even a chase, because what I'm chasing isn't really super attainable, as far as
Yeah, I get, yeah.
therapy, and just feeling good about the music. But the Hideaway Part 4, like I said, it's probably like around the fourth or fifth spot that I kind of had and was making music out of. And it's just about, like I said, just being there, just being in the studio or in your element, and just being able to enjoy yourself. So it's, like I said, it's just the fourth spot, kind of like I was at. And if I could, now there might be a Hideaway Part 3 if I can go back to my brother's house and make a beat.
Yeah,
That'd be,
right,
that's one of the spots. So
right.
you know, so that's all dependent on whether I get to be back somewhere or not. You know, the Hideaway Part 2 is gonna be in a flooded apartment, I guess. So you know,
Yo,
but
that's sick, dog. That's yo,
yeah,
that shit. That yo, it's too real, man. It's too real. I like that. I like that.
appreciate it.
Because like everything about you is real, man. Like you're a
Yeah.
total artist. That's why I told you in the beginning, man.
Yeah.
Like don't worry about anything. Just go. Just say it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Just
Yeah,
say
I'm
it.
trying to. Yeah, I'm starting to get that now. Like once that first album got off, I get like all the self conscious stuff about everything, man. Just kind of left, because it's the first song on my YouTube. shout out to my friend Tanner. The first song on my YouTube, it's about God. And if it's, I'm not making music for people necessarily. I'm making music, not every track is for God because you don't want to stamp the wrong things on there, but there's no pressure from any outside source to be this or that because I have the ability to make the music. It's rich or famous or whatever comes. It's like I'll always have this. And the first song I played for my friend Tanner, it's on the YouTube. It's I'm gonna be around till my Lord come around. Don't know when he coming down. It's he told me, he said, I let him listen to it, and he said, wow, that's a lot better than I expected. And that being like the first time I'm putting audio or anything on there, those things help, He said he didn't say it was bad or anything. He said it was better than he expected. And
wow.
Just the little things, So that's why I left it up there. Usually people have songs they think are bad and they take them down off the YouTube. You can see the year I made it, so I ain't got to disclaim nothing.
That, yeah, like I feel you. Growth,
good or bad, Kanye got some crazy leak music out right now. This is sounding unmixed, unmastered.
Kanye's on some sketchy shit right now. Like he's $9 billion. After $9 billion, that kind of morph you into something else.
Sir, you live in a totally different life. That's why people ask me about a lot of the Kanye issues, and I'm like, we wouldn't know. We don't have that money. We're not around these people. This is a whole different paradigm he is on. Yeah. We don't know what comes with those things. We don't know if we got people down here that are leeches, rats, you feel me, haters. Imagine what you got up there on the other level. Yeah. That stuff don't go away. So whatever Kanye dealing with, whatever any celebrity deal with, I don't have the lens for it.
Right.
I can't say what you're doing wrong in your life. I don't know. How am I supposed to tell you what you're doing wrong and I'm trying to get where you at? You feel me? Now, maybe Kanye shouldn't say a couple of things, but y'all should know rappers usually only say something when they have an album coming out.
Yeah.
But you never put the two together. Why would you put the two together? Why would
That's what I'm saying, man.
but no, they at the end of the day, people love it. So, let them love it,
Yeah, man.
They hate it, but they love it.
This is like, man, I don't know, man. This is like because I'm not gonna hold you too long. I know you got something to do in a little bit. But I want to have you back on the show though to talk about more about spiritual experiences and stuff like that. Just have an open conversation about it, man. And
I dig this format.
And I definitely want to get like more of your art. Talk a little bit. Talk a little bit more. More about your art because like it's so much to unpack with you. Like I can go down. Like it's a couple songs I want to ask about. You know what I mean? Like because it's it's just I got to. You know what I'm saying? But you got so much to unpack, and I can't get it all. Today. But still though, dude, like you're dope, man. You need to come over and we need to collab and do something. Just have a good
that would make me extremely happy. Like
I feel like I'm down for it.
I feel like I won $500,000 every time I successfully like collab with somebody. It really does. It really does. I found out really this year. Well, really in Columbus, but more so this year. I really found out that like that stuff really does like it makes me happy. It really does make me happy. And like I said, I like making music with people. So definitely when we get over there, we already got vibes, you feel me? So we can hook something up,
Yeah, and now let me ask you this before I let you go. I gotta ask you, how did you get the lead Leo? Like what made you not just a regular Leo? Because you know how Leos are, because you are a Leo. But you're not just a Leo, you the lead motherfucker. Let me know.
The lead Leo? Well, I mean, so this is when obviously I was super into Zodiac, you know,
True
and
that.
not yeah, I was into Zodiacs like everybody at one point in time, and people are still into them. You know, I'm not saying they're good or bad or not, but I kind of came out of the Zodiac. I was thinking about my name because names do matter, and the lead Leo wasn't necessarily like I'm the leader of everybody else, but as a lion is naturally a leader. You know, as far
Right.
as the image we portray of them.
Mm.
So the lead Leo was it was more of just being a leader of myself first. And I was thinking like, yo, if it is a zodiac or if it is gonna be my name, let me just be a leader, you know, and the Leo is a moniker of that. So let me just try to, you know, you gotta be a leader of yourself first. So it's just I really kept the name because I just felt like I just really want to keep bettering myself with a lot of daily habits and things like that.
Mm.
Um,
That's
it's
dope.
it's it's a lot more personal than it is for yeah, I'm not saying I'm leading everybody. I'm trying to lead myself, you know, according to God, you know, in the best way that I can. And just um the name just helps me as from what I've got from being down in Atlanta now,
Yeah.
having the name really just helps me be more accountable to myself. You know,
Mm.
my
Get it.
real name is but
Right, right. I was like, don't do that, man.
no, no, no,
Don't
no, it's
do
okay. Don't know now or later. It's all good.
it.
But ever since I started going by the alias because I do the art and then I do the music, and it's just harder to say, "Hey, I'm Tyler Carter, the artist."
Yeah.
You know, Tyler Javon Carter, the
Yeah.
artist, and I'm Lee Leo, the producer, the beat maker, or the art. You know, it's just I'm just the lead Leo. But
Leo, right.
yeah, ever since I've changed my name to that, I don't I don't think I've ever heard my name called so much. Like people ask me for stuff all day and they need help from me all day, and it's little stuff, you know, little normal stuff, but
Yeah.
um it's just a reminder that, you know, even me as a man, even you as a man, the work the work never ends. Even if you're
Right.
80, you're still going to have to do something for your granddaughter,
You got a
and
lot of,
this
yeah.
work this yeah this work never ends. So just being Leo, it just reminds me every day that I'm not necessarily working for myself every day. You know, I'm working for God and the people around me, and I just got to do a good job with myself to do that. So it's a
Mm.
journey. You know, I'm only 28, so
That's
yeah,
hey, yo, that's when it's all set in. Like shit, you know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like at 28,
yeah,
oh my God, that's a great age. I mean, now I can see the momentum, the energy, and the strength because wisdom start
yeah.
coming around that age, man. Great wisdom.
And you thought, yeah, I thought I had wisdom.
Oh, you
I think I
got it,
did have
man.
wisdom. You just lack execution. You know, you definitely lack a lot of execution at younger ages, and
Well, if you want to
yeah,
go up,
28 still good.
yeah, if you want to go high, you got to go very low. If you want to be wise, you got to be very stupid.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It,
I
you
like to
know,
coin myself as the smartest idiot,
yeah,
the
right,
dumbest
right.
genius.
Right. Those
Yeah,
are the
yeah,
those are
yeah.
the geniuses. Those people who can accept that. I mean, I believe the people who can
Mhm.
accept that okay, this is gonna happen, but it's two ways it's gonna happen, and this is the only way it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I'm gonna
Mhm.
fail and I'm gonna succeed. So let
Oh
me
yeah.
go ahead and get these failures out the way sometimes. So like when you start,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you started shooting basketball today, you might not be that you're not gonna be LeBron, you know what I'm saying? But if you
Right.
after a while in due time, you know what I'm saying, you will become him, but you gotta lose a lot in order to become that, you
You
know what I'm
do.
saying? So like when you're able to accept the loss and with music, all it is, this is my shout out to every artist. When it comes to music, if you can if you can make this shit, enjoy this shit without making
Mhm.
money, if you take
Yeah.
money out of the equation, oh, you'll do great things, man. I'm serious. That is the key to this whole thing. If you could take money out of your head, like how much I'm gonna make. I mean, just for a little bit. I mean, get your business. You know what I'm saying? Get your business in order, but you can't do this for money. You have to do it for passion. And if you look at the Billboard top 10 or all of the greats or whoever you consider the greats, that's what they had to do. You know what I'm saying?
They
that's
did.
what yeah.
They definitely did.
Yeah.
They definitely like Trippie Redd, like they definitely love it. That's what a lot of people be like, yo, I'm a be this and I'm gonna get this. If I would say any artist, stop thinking about how much money you're gonna make. Just try to be you, and you need to start enjoying your music. You have to enjoy your music, and you have to. If you're not playing your music like it's on the radio, if you're not playing your mixes, you're not listening to your stuff, and you're not enjoying it, and you're thinking about how other people would enjoy it, like outside of mixing something down and understanding where all that goes in there. But if you're the streets is gonna like this, I'm not thinking nothing about the streets when I'm making music. I'm thinking, hey, I like this song. I like the person I'm making this music with. I like what this sounds like right now. Now, people don't worry about if it's gonna resonate. It's gonna resonate with somebody. If it resonate with you, it's gonna resonate with somebody. You're not that different,
Yeah. Right. Yo, man.
I love what you do.
That's wise words, man. Like that was well put. Golly. Yeah, you knocked that out of the park, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You knocked that out of the park, man. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this thing up. This is episode 262. Swisher Sweet. Yes, Swisher 262. Yeah, man. It's and I got a bunch of lost podcasts and lost all kinds of stuff.
I can imagine. I can imagine what your hard drive looked like.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's been bad. It's been bad. Like I got hard drives and extra computers everywhere, man, because of this show. But it's a thing, and I'm looking to have you on the show as much as possible. You know what I'm saying, for a lot of different things, even my other shows. But man, it was good. What song do you want us to play on the way out, though?
That's a good question.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, play Dayton. Shout out to Dayton. Hey, go ahead, play Dayton. If you got the album up, play Dayton. If you don't got the album up,
I'm gonna play Dayton.
You play Dayton? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put on
Dayton, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the hometown. Shout out to all the people there, man. Show love, man. Shout out to Yellow Pain. He actually, I'm not gonna disclose where he at. I don't know if people know where he is. I don't want to put his business out there, but shout out to Yellow Pain. Definitely been making music since way before me. So, and I met him a little while ago, and it was just nice to see somebody from town,
Yeah, that's dope shit, man. Like, look, where you gonna be posting today or tomorrow and the next day? Like, where do you post the most content?
So, catch me on YouTube. I am I'm emptying the clip. Chabon Band always say empty the clip. I got a bunch of I'm a producer. I got all the beats. I'm getting them out this year, and we're getting some albums and some EPs out this year. So go to YouTube and just keep it just as simple. You want to hear a beat? Put me on the playlist. Put me on the mix list that you got. Just help me out. Just getting the channel started, getting the copyrights and stuff together too. So just go to Leo and listen to some music. See which one you like. You're gonna like one.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, man, your sound is very good, man. And when I was talking to Riah, and I said, man, I jammed his shit and was just like, for a second, I forgot. I thought it was just on my playlist Cause you know what I'm saying? Like I just thought it was on my playlist because the shit I got on my playlist, I just love it. You know what I'm saying? So when it was rolling, I'm like, damn, what I said, who's this on my playlist? I forgot I was listening to it. I was like, oh man.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say my IGTV as well. Instagram TV. If you go on there, go on my page and look on my IGTV. Got a lot of the older projects that I did as well. A lot of time lapse drawing as well. If you want to see some of that, that's also on the YouTube as well. So YouTube and Instagram at the Lead Leo.
Oh man, that's dope. That's dope. So IGTV, I sleep on that type stuff. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like it's crazy, but yeah, I sleep on it because because I'm a LinkedIn guy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those it's just another, outlet. I feel it.
Yeah, my demographic is 25 and up. So like usually the people I deal with, they're dead ass serious. They in the world functioning and running this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, so I go to LinkedIn. Yeah, I go to LinkedIn and I know like 100%, well, 99.9% of the time, the connections are connections and you do transactions and all that stuff and go. You know what I mean? It's like no weirdness or flakes or nothing like that. It's straight to the point business.
Business.
Yeah, and I'll go to Instagram to check out Greg Street or, whoever. But I'm going to go to your Instagram, your IGTV, because you're the first artist that I've had on this show that said, hey, go to my IGTV. Nobody. Oh, yeah. Everybody sleeps on that. Nobody actually says that, or my Facebook Live or my room or something. Like nobody ever says that. And I'm like, hey, you put them on game because it's a lot of people you just put on game. It's simple, but it's necessary.
No, IGTV is a place now. I can't say you won't get copyrighted, but a lot of the songs, we go back to paying for beats and then what you're making songs for. If I'm using somebody's beat, first of all, shout out to these producers that I even do their beats on. I got this beat I really do want to buy because these producers are amazing. Shout out to, I got to get their names on it. So I wish I could shout them out. But IGTV helps me be able to just put out songs. Yeah. I don't want it to get 1 million plays. I'm just trying to show you the idea of the song and give you the song for what the song is. And hopefully you'll go look for that producer that made that beat, and hopefully you'll look up my name. But just the freeness of creative expression, IGTV helps because I don't really get flagged and stuff like that for the song I really want to make, So there's a little more freedom from there.
I feel you. That does get on your nerves when they like try to copyright. They'll mute. You know what I've seen? Some people's music will get muted. And I'm like, dude, that was messed up. Yeah. Like they mute the whole thing. Like I did this video cameo, and then I shared it. I made a clip of it just like everybody else and shared it. And then the whole video was there, but the music was gone. I was like, that defeats the whole purpose of it being there. Like, so man. So
people be music, right? Supposed to be free.
Just like, come on, man. Like, it's not hurting nobody that bad. Like, oh God. But
let Warner Brothers own that copyright. They taking it. Warner Brothers don't be playing about their little copyright they own for music. They don't even listen to it. They just be like, this ours?
This ours. Take it out. Yeah, that's our shit. They don't even know it exists. Like, just know, that's ours. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is.
I mean, it's still good. I mean, I got a lot of publishing, so I just say I can't get mad. It comes in pennies and nickels, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's coming. That's why I need to really link with you to see.
I got you.
I'm trying to get it directed in a couple ways,
I got you. You all good, man. Hey, you know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm at. Come through. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's all love, man. That's what we do.
I really appreciate it.
But yeah, man, thank you for being on the show, man. Anybody else you want to shout out before we go? And then I'm about to play. What song did you tell me to play? Oh my God, I forgot. Dayton. I'm playing Dayton. Let me go get that right.
Yeah. Just you know, shout out to the fam, everybody back home. Shout out Dayton. Shout out Trotwood. Shout out. You know, shout out to anybody. You know, I'm gonna just shout out everybody and everybody listening. Shout out everybody on their own personal journey, and shout out to everybody just trying to figure out what puts them in the best spot. You know, not necessarily famous, but shout out to everybody looking for peace.
Oh yeah,
because that's the only way you're gonna find it. So
that's what's up.
You know, you don't find peace looking for something else.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta find peace.
Yeah. Oh, you got the miniature on it.
I think we
can play Dayton on that. You got to go hard. I can get on that thing.
Yes.
Snatch it off the wall.
And ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm getting ready to play Dayton. But yeah, we're gonna I need the food with that in a second anyway. But no, I'm gonna have you back on the show, man. Thank you for joining. Don't hang up yet. I'm getting ready to just, you know, this is episode 262, ladies and gentlemen, with the lead Leo. Y'all follow him on all social media and the links on the screen. All the links that's on the screen, y'all follow them links. Peace.